Hello, race fans. Welcome to a special edition here, not GP Challenge League race. This is a club race that a bunch of us were invited to. I think it's primarily people who have done the league race, but it is a no points, no awards race in the middle of the week on a Tuesday night. And 5 of us showed up for this one. And I had a really good night in qualifying. So it's the same format as the league races, 2 qualifiers and then a main race. But someone, I'm not even sure who, had the great idea of reverse grid. So I did pretty well in those qualifiers and was ahead by like 0.4 of a second. And so we just flipped the grid. So we started slowest to fastest qualifier, since this was all for fun and everybody was on board with it. And I thought, yeah, this will make for a good race. Let's see if I can make up some positions here. I think it's a 14-lap race. I'm racing here with Tyler again. Tyler was P3 here. And I forgot who the other guys were. Nathan, I think, was the guy who started P1. I didn't really recognize the other guys, but it was fun, man. We all showed up and had a good time getting some racing in with just a few people. So grid start here again, and there's Tyler right in front of me. And we're going to get a 3, 2, 1 go here in a second. And I'll be honest, I thought I was going to tree this guy on the start and make up a quick position. And I was wrong, as you'll see in a second here. Off we go. He gets a really good start. There was no way I was going to get around him. But Tyler going up the inside there and doesn't quite get by. Thought he made that stick. Lots of bumping around on the first couple of laps. Nobody doing anything wrong. Just contact, close quarters, and everyone trying to gain a position. Plus, with this reverse grid, it's gonna make things interesting. So that lap one, I kind of just laid back and trying to keep up with the pack. And waiting to see what happens. There's some more sliding, a little more contact, a little more bumping. So I think it's Nathan that started P1 that kind of pulled away, but it doesn't stick for too long. So we got some more action happening here. I tried to go inside and could not make that stick. So a little more bumping. I just decided to pull back, let these guys take their positions back. I didn't want to force my way through a crowd that way. Unfortunately, with the 3 of us hammering into each other, Nathan and Tyler are able to take off. So here's some more banging. Terrible lines, but that guy, after he bounced off the wall, I figured I'm going inside, made that work, got through cleanly. Was pretty happy there. But I'm also seeing we're pretty spread out here. We got Kart's way ahead now. Man, I can't remember this guy's name, but really tall dude. He seemed pretty comfortable, but somehow we're closing the gap here already. And he hits that wall again too. So I decided I'm going up inside again, and this time I decided to make it stick. That's a little more contact than I would like to make, but. I knew I was running a much faster pace than some of the other drivers here, and I didn't want to screw around too much with just trying to make sure everything was super clean. This is a super tight track, and there's going to be some contact. And I did feel like I had gotten up at more than half a cart by the time we got to that apex, and that I had a right to that inside line. But regardless, we keep going. And now I'm catching up to Tyler and Nathan, feeling like, man, I closed that gap pretty well. But I'm not really looking at the board up in this corner here that you see right there at the top. That board is telling you how many laps we have done, how many are left. and what your times are. For a position race like this, times don't matter at all, so I don't really look at that. I probably should have been looking up to see how many laps I had. But as I am getting up here and gaining some ground, closing the gap a little bit, I'm not quite close enough to get by Nathan, but I feel like I'm gaining. And then I see Nathan starting to catch up to Tyler, and the two of them start going at it. And Nathan sideswipes the wall there, and I was hoping at that turn he would let me get through and realize he didn't have the pace to keep up. But he's got his right to fight that battle. But unfortunately for me, I lost quite a bit of ground by having to pull back and just wait it out. So I fell back a little bit, trying to catch back up, and feel like I got the pace. I'm gaining ground. I'm getting through here nice and clean. And then I go up the inside, and he gives me room. Good for him. That was cool. And honestly, that was a bit of a dive bomb. And then here I try to close it, and I tried to give him room on the inside enough, but also thinking like, you clearly don't have the pace, so give me a shot to go after Tyler. But he's got his right to his line, so I shook my head like I was upset, but that's all just in race adrenaline and, very myopic perspective. Regardless, now I'm trying to chase Tyler down, and I know I'm catching up, and he's going a little bit wide there. I close some ground. By the time I get through here, I close a bunch more and get through here nice and clean. And he's doing a great job. Then I see that white flag come out, and I'm like, oh man, I need a couple more laps here. Tyler makes an excellent move there, stays inside, complete, textbook defending. And I kind of felt like I saw that coming. That's why I went outside immediately, hoping to get a better run and at least get caught up and maybe have an opportunity to pass him. But just not enough laps. I had the pace, but just not enough time. So I come through literally right on his bumper, and it was super fun. It was super fun to do this reverse grid thing and try to fight my way through. Tyler did a great job there of working his way through and getting up into first and then holding me off. So that was a ton of fun. I did get his footage again, but I'll be honest, the work it's taken for me to download and cut that in, I'm still not quite there. If I had a little more time, one of these days I'll try that, but just didn't work out this time. I got Nathan's footage too, and honestly, the thought of cutting between 3 different angles was just too much for me on this stuff. So anyway, club race, no points, just for fun, and it certainly was. This might be the last race. I keep saying this now. It might be the last race at this location for me anyway. They're supposed to be moving any time now. Last I heard was end of March, so we'll see if we get into April here, but who knows. I am also still looking at how to communicate with anybody who wants to communicate and do rental kart races, so whether that's here at K1 or any of the other very limited options in town, but you never know. Or maybe we do karts at PKRA or something. Who knows? But it's probably going to be Discord. I'm just trying to get myself a little more acclimated with Discord before I try to invite people and roll that out. But yeah, club race. It was super fun. People who are experienced, and it's a great alternative that that league night once a month. It's kind of fun to be able to have another night during the month that we can come out and have a competitive fun race that's not just the arrive and drive stuff. So that's it. I'm out of video, I think. Cool. See you next time.